Kal out, Yahba Shem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Rakadash. All praise, honor, glory go to you, Most High Yahweh. Name your son Yahweh Shah. I was starting this video and somehow it just clicked off, so I'm going to start again. Didn't get too far into it, but I want to start off in Psalms 55 and 2. And this video is about just the distractions we get in this world and how we have to deal with them and not let them get us unspiritual or cause us to get full-blown sin enter into our lives. I'm going to start off in Psalm 55 and 2. Make sure it's still recording. It says, "Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise." And then when you go into the Amplified version of that, it says, "Listen to me and answer me. I am restless and distraught in my complaint and distracted." And what I was going into before my video cut off was that, many things can get us distracted out here. Mainly, our own selves, different things, our different vices that we may have given up, and they still be trying to tempt us to go back to them. But sometimes it could be just the situations we're in and the people that we're around. Not that the people are tempting us. It says in the scriptures that our own desires inside that gets us to go off. But just the attitudes that we have around us, the type of people that are around us who may not know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, because a lot of people are careless of their actions. They don't care about being prideful and being pompous, and we can allow those things sometimes to affect us and get us to wanting to go off. So I was getting into that, and my video cut off. So I'm gonna get back into it. I start by reading the definition again of distracted, and it's Strong's H1949, which is whom, and that's how you say in Hebrew, whom, and it says to distract, ring again, make a noise, murmur, whir, discomfort, be moved, to discomfort, to be in a stir, to murmur. And the word I was looking up is discomfort. And you look that up, it says to make someone feel uneasy or embarrassed. And what I was going into is that, sometimes what we're feeling is just the embarrassment of being in the situations that we're in, because we're on the bottom right now. We know who we really are as a people. Sometimes that can feel a little bit uneasy and uncomforting because of the knowledge that we have. But we still got to just hold on and make sure that we let Yahweh be Yahweh. This is his movie. He decided to allow these things to happen to teach us a lesson. One, for what we did against him, but since we know the movie was what it was anyway, we know that it's if you really get into the scriptures, you know that we had to learn both sides of the story. We had to learn good and evil. So the things that we experience, we can't allow them to distract us from doing what's right in this world, because we know there's a lot of things on the plate right now. A lot of political things going on in the world. Everything is right at this doorstep as far as the prophecies that we know about. So we got to stay focused on what's going on. And then I went into the word, because it says to show disquietude. And you look at the word disquietude, if you look that up. So I got to keep hitting this. I don't know why it's trying to go off. But it says a state of uneasiness or anxiety. And that's what we sometimes can feel, the anxiety of this life, of having to deal with the different struggles that we have, but just dealing with the people around that have no care, have no knowledge of what's really going on. Or if they do, they're making their best to be ignorant of it and just keep pushing on with their lives the way there is. And if you go into Psalms 64 and 1, Psalm 64 and 1. I feel like I'm in deja vu because I just did all this, but it's all good. I don't mind doing it again. It says, make a joyful noise. I'm sorry. Salakia, that was 66. I'm sorry. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. And I was going into just the fear. Sometimes it's not always like we're scared or we think something's going to happen to us. Sometimes the fear is having to deal with the situation the way it is and knowing that we got to stay righteous. And sometimes my fear could be like how righteous am I going to be in each situation. You know how because I want to pass with flying colors on everything that comes my way. I want to always bring the fruits of the spirit out when I'm being tempted in different ways. And so sometimes it's not as easy to do. And so that's some of my fear sometimes that builds up with me. Uh, if you go into Isaiah 38:14, Isaiah 38:14, and I'm gonna read this in the NLT. It says, "Delirious, I chatter like a swallow or a crane, and then I moan like a mourning dove." And you know, that's what happens when we get distracted. Sometimes I know for me, I like to run my mouth, and I like to run my mouth to where people actually hear me, so they can hear my discomfort. And that's not really a righteous thing to do, because sometimes we gotta just let what happens happen. We can't be so motivated to try to correct people who don't want to be corrected. It's kind of like throwing pearls to swine. Let Esau be Esau. Let them be evil. Let the heathen go ahead and be the heathen. You know, and the cold part about it is, in two-third be two-third. But the cold part about it is we don't really know who anybody is. You know, I mean, some people that we think maybe Edomites are the heathen, they actually be Israelites. Some of the Israelites that we think they are Israelites may actually be Edom or heathen. So what's going to help us know is through the Spirit, and that's why we only focus on the elect. Because if the Spirit connects to what we're saying or what we're bringing out, then they may be part of the elect. Let's go to Micah 2:12. I'm sorry. Let me finish off that scripture. It says, let me start over. It says, "Delirious I chatter like a swallow or a crane, and then I moan like a mourning dove. My eyes grew tired of looking at heaven for help." And we're praying, we're doing the things that we need to be doing. We're trying to do lessons, but at times, it can seem like he's not hearing us in the moments, or we're doing too much praying, right? But what is too much praying? You know, uh, if you read the scriptures, the prayers that go up from the saints, they go up like they're incense in a bowl. So the more and more we are praying and about to curse this place, the more and more we're praying to be delivered. Those different prayers go into this bowl in the heavens, spiritually thinking like that, and the Father's going to be using those things to bring up destruction towards the wicked and the heathen in two-third when that time comes. So we got to know that our prayers are always going to be answered. It says, "I am in trouble, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, help me," and we got to continue just to ask for help through these times, so we don't allow ourselves to be so distracted by what's going on in the world, because the world can be distracting at times. Let's go to Micah 2:12. This is kind of where I left off at before I got kicked off, but it's all good. Micah 2:12. It says, "Someday, O Yasharallah, I will gather you. I will gather the remnant who are left." And that's what we're talking about. That's what we want to get to. We want to get to a point where we're going to be delivered. We're going to be gathered. There's only going to be a few, 144,000 men that are of the top rank, the ones that have been teaching the word, been out there doing the work, and then also we're going to have a multitude of men, women, and children that believe. Some going to be believing for a while. Some going to be gainsayers by some of the things that are happening. Then they're going to believe, but the whole fact is there's going to be a remnant that is going to get saved, and we can't lose mind of that or we'll get distracted. It says, "I will bring you together again like a sheep in a pen, like a flock in his pasture. Yes, your land will again be filled with noisy crowds." And when you're talking about those noisy crowds, it's not going to be the things we hear now. Things we hear now is just about uselessness, vanity, debauchery, all these different conversations you may have to hear from your neighbors, that you may have to hear from walking around in the street. They're pointless. They don't have any gain. But the noises we're going to hear when we get into the kingdom is just praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All praises are going to be going to Him, because we're going to be so thankful and so happy that He's delivered us. So, and I'm speaking hopefully, because I want to be, I'm of the hopeful that I want to be delivered. But those that do get delivered, they're gonna be saying, giving praises to the Father, and we don't have to worry about these worldly conversations anymore. And then we go to Wisdom of Solomon 3. I was doing this lesson, and then this brother actually brought this scripture out, and it went well with what I was bringing out. So I wanted to read it. It says, "For whoso despises wisdom and nurture." So sometimes when when you're getting distracted, and you allow yourself to get into this world mindset, or let these things bother you that's going on around you. You can you can despise your wisdom and nurture all the things that He's built up in you, all the wisdom that you gain from the Spirit reading, and your house shop providing that Spirit to give you the knowledge and understanding of things. We can throw it away sometimes for empty gain because of what we don't like, what we're hearing, what we see, from the morning that we're doing. And I just encourage everybody not to give up their wisdom and their nurturing that they got built up, because it says this: He is miserable, because all it's going to do is end up making you miserable. It's going to make you not even like yourself at times, and we don't want to get there. It says, and their hope is vain. Then the hope that you have becomes vanity, like the world. You're just like them. Then you're just like, you end up speaking about things that are to the left hand side, useless things that have no merit. It says their labor is unfruitful and their works unprofitable. Then you find yourself maybe falling into some sin. You find yourself dipping off in and actually doing some type of things that's against the scriptures, against the law, that is against the law. So we got to watch those things so we don't allow ourselves to get distracted in that way where we fall off into sin. If you go to Genesis 27:40, it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from thy neck. That's talking about Esau and Jacob. So we just got to hold on. Real soon, everything's going to be turned over. Right now, the wicked is on top. They have all control. They're going to laugh and be pompous. They're going to think that we're ridiculous by what we're doing. They're going to have all the mirth in the world between themselves, which I believe is cowardly myself, because the wicked love to speak to themselves and talk down about the Israelites, but they rarely try to bring it to your face. You do have some to go out there and try to confront on the highways and byways, so I'm not saying all of them, but the ones that just do it behind closed doors are so cowardly. But that's something that we have to deal with. We can't allow it to get us distracted, because in the end, everything's going to be turned tables. Righteousness will be in order, and Jacob will be on top again. And I just got two more precepts. I just want to get into Psalms real quick. I'm sorry I have to keep touching that. I'm afraid it's going to go off again. I don't know what's wrong with my iPad. Psalm 66:19. It says, but verily Yahweh Hashem Yahushua hath heard me. He hath attended to the voice of my prayer. So we got to know that our prayers are being answered. The things that we experience, they're really to help us build our faith up. They really help us to be patient, to hold our peace, in a sense of not having to attack everything that we see. Oppression does make a wise man mad. So we should be going out there crying out and speaking about it on the highways and byways and in the lessons. That's understandable. We got to make sure that we are always calling out Esau on his folly. But when it's just in your own personal life, and the people that you're around, and your neighbors, your marketplace, you don't want to be one of those that's just always just venting in front of people that have no merit, don't have no understanding of what's going on, because pretty much you're going to be throwing pearls to swine. Finish it off in Psalms 86 in verse 7. Psalms 86 in verse 7. It says, in the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee. So whenever you're feeling troubled or vexed in any way, form, or fashion, you may want to go ahead and get on your knees and go ahead and pray to the Father. Or if you just, you can't get on your knees, just take a moment to pray inside yourself. We should be praying continuously. We should never stop praying. And this is why, because some things are going to get to us in a way we're vexed. So it says, in the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. And we know that because of our connection through the Spirit that Yahushua left behind to his followers, that the Father hears us. So we got to make sure that we're staying clean inside of ourselves and our minds and in our bodies, not allow ourselves to give into certain things, certain ways of the heathen or the wicked or the two-third, whatever you're dealing with. Don't allow those things to get to us in a way where we're being distracted and get us off the prize. So I just wanted to bring this out. I just hope everything is edifying. Just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. I just want to say double honors to Yahushua for being the author of our faith. Double honors to all the apostles, elders, teachers, preachers, bishops, priests out there doing the work. And shalom to the holy elect.